Hi guys, Stage Developer here. So today I'd like to talk about the internet and why it's very important for us to decentralize the ability or access to the internet. So one of the things that I'm very critical of at the moment is the fact that a couple of individuals, maybe elected or unelected, it doesn't matter, are able to control your internet access um, at any given point in time. And I'm also very critical of, in particular, of Elon Musk. I know that Elon Musk is a very controversial person, and sometimes he says things that are right, sometimes he's just doing marketing, sometimes he is saying some bullshit as well. I'm not gonna give him any pass when he says anything that is genuinely wrong. But the thing which I'm very concerned about is the fact that you have one person who is capable of saying, you get to have access to the internet, you don't get to have access to the internet. Now, I think that even so, he has been trying to be pragmatic on who could and who cannot access his Starlink service. I think the fact that we need to ask Elon Musk for help um, on its own is very problematic and concerning. Because by the end of the day, this is one person. This person, they could, um, for whatever reason, they could just block you from the rest of the world. And you know that the internet is this amazing invention, this great gift we have today that enables all of us to communicate with each other and be more united regardless of where you live. And while things may not be perfect, you have people who disagree with each other on the internet, or you have the hackers and so on and so forth. The internet is inarguably is has become a need, a necessity in our daily lives. So for this, I made some research and I found something called web mesh, which basically means is that uh, anyone could create internet access that is accessible to people around them. And this is a bit kind of like a technique to kind of decentralize the internet. So basically, you don't actually need an internet service provider, but rather what you need is to form a web of, like, you could think of it like a LAN, a local network, but on a very massive scale. So you could create all of these access between flats, houses, neighborhoods, etc., by simply allowing people to connect to each other, maybe through a specialized device, or it can be as simple as a router. You just need a router with a Wi-Fi, and that's it. So people could access the internet freely. And the way how this will work, it's not really internet, but it's somewhere between internet and the local network. But the idea here is that our computers between each other are themselves forming this internet web. And it will go as far as, like, let's say, people are setting up their wireless networks and allowing others to connect through them in order to access another network, and so on and so forth. So it's extremely important I think this is going to be like the next big topic that people will start talking about. The same way how we have now the Bitcoin, the way how the cryptocurrency is is giving us this kind of decentralized new banking style in which you become your own bank. instead of being fully under the mercy of one, or of some banker who decides whether or not you get to get your money or not. Of course, I'm not saying that like all the banks are bad or we should not use the banks, but rather it's a topic of like how much can you trust a centralized entity. And if you look at everything, the internet service provider is a centralized entity. The banks all are essentially like go back to a centralized entity, which is basically the central bank, all over central banks all over the world. So the same way with the internet, I think that we should at least have some way to have decentralized internet, because without a decentralized internet, it's very troubling and problematic, especially when it comes to freedom of speech and other aspects of life, when communication can be restricted just by a couple of people who nobody has voted for. What do you think? Share your ideas on how we could solve this problem in the comments. And if you really want to support decentralization, please share, like, and follow or share this video, because I really think that this topic needs to be discussed long term. So yeah, see you on the next one.